15th edition of the Indian Premier League came to a close on Sunday. Debutants Gujarat Titans were crowned the winners after they defeated Rajasthan Royals by 7 wickets. All eyes are now on the upcoming e-auction of the league's media rights, which is set to commence from June 12th. It promises to be a high-voltage event. Indian cricket's governing body BCCI has set the reserve price at 32,890 crore rupees for the 2023-27 cycle of the IPL. This is nearly double of the 16,347 crore rupees that Star India, now part of the Walt Disney Company, shelled out for the last 5 years for consolidated TV and digital bid. Sony Pictures Networks India held the media rights for the first 10 years, for which it paid the BCCI about 8,200 crore rupees. For the next 5-year cycle, the rights will be sold in 4 buckets and interested parties have to bid separately for each. The 4 categories are television rights for the Indian subcontinent, digital rights, non-exclusive digital rights for a set of 18 matches which include the season opener, 4 playoffs and evening games of weekend doubleheaders, and rest of world. At least 10 companies have reportedly picked up the bid documents by paying the BCCI a non-refundable fee of 29.5 lakh rupees including GST. These include Disney Star, Sony, Zee Entertainment, Amazon, Apple, Google, Sky Sports UK and South Africa's SuperSport. Amazon's Prime Video recently began live streaming cricket matches and reportedly wants to win the IPL rights to expand its user base. However, a sharp fall in IPL's TV viewership has led some in the industry to question the base price for media rights. Sony Pictures Networks India's MD and CEO NP Singh told a Financial Daily earlier this month that the reserve price needs a reality check amid the decline in viewership. IPL's viewership fell by 30 to 35% in the first 4 weeks of the 2022 season compared to last year's figures. With viewership falling consistently, some advertisers had reportedly asked Disney Star to make good their loss by offering them spots on other high-impact properties. Maruti Suzuki Executive Director Shashank Srivastava had on May 1st said that in the first 25 matches, television ratings for the company's target group of males between 22 and 40 years of age dropped by around 58%. He added the carmaker was in discussions with Star for additional free commercial time on live matches so that the overall reach numbers and commitments that were made could be met. Experts pointed to possible reasons for the viewership fall, including audience fatigue given this season was the longest ever, lasting 65 days and 74 matches with 2 new teams. Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians, which are among the most consistent sides with large loyal fan bases, displayed poor performance. They ended the season at the bottom of the points table. The performances of big names like RCB's Virat Kohli, CSK's MS Dhoni, and Mumbai Indians' Rohit Sharma were also lackluster. With 0 super overs this season, the audience also did not get to witness the kind of nail-biting finishes they seek.
I think the reason why the viewership has been down, I can only speculate, but certainly one possible reason is that with a very dramatic reshuffle of teams, a lot of teams have become, unrecognizable. There are new teams. And so there's a certain sense of some unfamiliarity. Over a period of time, though some of the teams had started building loyalty and a strong loyal base. And I think this has kind of disturbed that a bit. The other possible reason, and again, one doesn't know if this is true, but I think given the fact that I think the evenings have tended, to be a time when, one can go out now, one can socialize, one can do other things. And so therefore, I think there is this sense of getting out of prison for a lot of people. I think so. Therefore, to a certain extent, there is also that there is competition now, not so much from other sources of, OTT or another television channels as much as just from live. I don't fundamentally think that the IPL as a brand or cricket as a game has lost its draw.
K. Madhavan, president of the Walt Disney Company India and Star India, had said Disney Star will not engage in a bidding war and pay multiple times more, even though it is looking at retaining the media rights. He told Business Standard that it will only go for bidding if it makes for a viable business. If someone offers 10 times for the property, we are not there, he said. However, cricket has proved to be a winner for streaming giant Disney+. It added nearly 8 million new subscribers worldwide in the March quarter, half of them courtesy Disney+ Hotstar. The service now has over 50 million paid subscribers, accounting for 36.4% of the total paid subscriber base of Disney+.
Now, if you look at the TV segment itself, it is facing a lot of pressure. I think we've lost a few million households as far as TV is concerned. We are somewhere now close to 170 million TV households, out of which close to 40 to 45 million are still FTA, which is not considered to be as an audience or target, in terms of the IPL. So we have close to 120 million TV households as we speak, which is there, from an IPL target perspective on the TV media. The base price for TV is around 3,500 crore per year. And if you look at TV IPL revenue, this year, because of the increase in terms of number of teams and the number of matches by 22.3% we would have somewhat breached, that 3,000 crore mark as far as TV IPL revenue is concerned. I don't see that there is a scope for a revision downward for the TV rights, because if you look at the TV industry, the revenues, their growth rate is there in the range of about 6 to 7%. So we will breach towards a 4,500 to 5,000 crore kind of an annual run rate mark in terms of TV IPL revenue over the next 5 years. Now, what can only happen is that, on this base price of 3,500 crores, which BCCI has laid out, I don't see a massive premium. The premium could be in the range of about the maximum to 25 to 30%. So whatever incremental growth that is going to come in terms of, in terms of eyeballs, in terms of consumption, revenue, is going to come from digital. The OTT rights could go at a premium of at least 100% plus. I think on a consolidated basis, the final price could eventually settle in the range of 50 to 60,000 crores.
You would imagine that when viewership is down, that should be the single variable that determines the price for media rights. But my sense is that actually what that is governed by is the fact that there isn't an opportunity like the IPL. Losing IPL is like, really a big deal. Not getting IPL is like a really big opportunity lost. As a result of competitive pressure, I suspect that the price will hold. I mean, I think the expectations will hold, might even be surpassed. This is a property people cannot afford to miss if they are serious about the Indian market. And I think, therefore, that is a different set of kind of considerations that goes into determining what is a fair price for this. And viewership may not play as much of a role. If, of course, the viewership trend continues over the next 2 or 3 years, then obviously the pricing might take a hit. For advertisers, this is the only place where you get a particular audience watching you repeatedly, and therefore the ability to get your message across, for sure, there isn't anything like it. In fact, with such fragmentation of media, what you have is that there are very few properties where you are assured of a certain minimum attention over a period of time. And the IPL is one of its kind.
Still, does the reserve price look too high in view of the dip in viewership numbers? As analysts say, IPL is still one of a kind asset, giving advertisers sway over hundreds of millions of viewers while helping broadcasters gain additional user base. Given this, the temporary drop in viewership will not be a dampener for BCCI, which can expect the media rights to sell well above its base price.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.